Every Sunday, follow Fatmata and Mr. Ngom. We are now connected from 3 to 4 on 93.4.
Yeah, follow Let's Practice every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. here in Jigan Shore. Give thanks to the Almighty. Give thanks to my mom and family who supports me in this initiative. Good afternoon, dear listeners. Welcome to you all. I wish you a very good listening on your broadcasting program called Let's Practice here in Jigan Shore. Follow Let's Practice every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. with Miss Sangom and Fatmata. So, but before going any further, I will take this opportunity to thank the director who gives me the opportunity to have the broadcasting here, and also to thank all the staff of Generation FM. Without forgetting, like my dear listeners, we have Mr. Cham from Social Action, my brother, my uncle, Aliu Sanyang, my neighbor. So my neighbors, Sani Kunda, Sanyang Kunda, Njai Kunda, Biai Kunda, people around me, and special thanks to my sister Asengom and my brother Momongom following always and supporting. And also I won't forget my brothers. We have Feno, the man from the 313 movement, and also my brother Sheriff Tumani Tamba and Isaganjai. Without forgetting my brother, my teacher, I can say, yeah, Mr. Mane from Tete Jeju downtown and Isaganjai from Malik Fall downtown, without forgetting also like all members of the English cells in Jigan Shore. So expecting your call, expecting receiving your viewpoint, and I'm wishing you a good listening. So you can call in this number 77-439-2120, 77-439-2120. So today I'm having my brother, my colleague, my friends, my friend Mr. Kemo Jeme. Mr. Kemo Jeme is a teacher in a teacher of English at the Centre de Sauvegarde de Kandé. And today we have a special topic talking about like knowledge sharing, Koika scholarship analysis of the obstacles to the introduction of national languages in the Senegalese educational system. Very important. So I won't monopolize the floor. I will just give the floor to Fatmata to say hi, and after give the floor to our guest to introduce himself. Fatmata, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great, Mr. Ngom, and you?
I'm great. So welcome, Fatmata.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Just so happy to be here at like usual. I'm just greeting Ummi, my mom, greeting Madam Baji, and all her entire family. I'm greeting my family also who are in the Gambia. I mean, my sisters, brothers, uncle, aunts. I'm greeting my grandmoms in Dialokunda, and yeah, wishing you a good listen. Thank you.
All right, so this is it. So you're following your broadcasting program called Let's Practice on your radio wave Generation FM 93.4 here in Jigan Shore. Yes, of course, in Jigan Shore. This is happening here every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. And also saying hi to Mr. Damboj. I think he's following at this time. So, but Fatmata, we're going to give the floor to our guest, our brother, our dean, Mr. Jeme. Mr. Jeme, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, Mr. Jeme, you're welcome to Let's Practice program.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this broadcast. It's not my first time. I've been here, I think, 2 years ago. I was invited by Zé Antonio and Babacar.
Wow, Zé Antonio.
And I want also to say hello to your listeners. Also to say hello to the staff of this radio station, starting, of course, from the director. And also say hello to the listener, wherever they may be. I know that we've got also followers via Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also Generation FM TV. And before also I introduce myself, I would like to present my condolences to my late friend, my brother, Femen Manga. I'm a Femen Gem, I'm sorry. We've been together at the university, but unfortunately yesterday I got the sad news that he passed away. So it's a great loss. May God give strength to his family's close friends, as well as the community of education here to overcome this sad news. So my name is Kemo Jeme, as you said a while ago. I'm a teacher of English here in Zigenso at a school called Centre de Sauvegarde. It's here in Kandé that so many people don't know. even though it was created since 1972 by President Senghor. But unfortunately, so many people are still having some bad perception about it, thinking that it is a school that is here for students who are, bandits. Yeah, but as it's not that. Previously, that was the calling, but now has changed. It's a boarding school. We have a TVET, for vocational training, where we can teach students how to cook, how to sew, what is horticulture, and also welding.
Wow.
And after 3 years, they have got a possibility to sit for a national exam to have what we call CAP, Certificate of Teaching of Aptitude. And then if they got it, they can join also at the school that they want. For the general education, we have elementary school, also lower secondary school. After 4 years, they have got also the opportunity to sit for general certificate of secondary school. If they got it, they have also the opportunity to go to any kind of high school that they want throughout the country, whether here in Zigens or Jinyabo High School, Jibok High School, Kenya, or I don't know, which is ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, what they want to go is, so people have got to change the perception that they have on that school. It's no longer the case. Before you join that school, you first of all have got to go to the tribunal court, because there are some inquiries that have got to ask you whether you meet the criteria. If so, you can join us.
Okay.
This is my school. So I've been there since 2015 as a teacher of English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is a big pleasure to have you here, and also a big pleasure to clarify things. So I'm here in Jigenshore, but I have never known that in Savgod, the Savogad things has changed. So this is it. So thank you once again. So just to remind you that today we having our colleague, our dean, Mr. Jeme, and we're going to talk about analysis of the obstacle of the introduction of the national languages in our educational system. So you can call in this number 774392120. Call and exchange, call and share viewpoints. And hi once again, Mr. Mane, so and Mr. Sane, and all the staff of the English cell here in Jigenshore. So I won't forget also my brother, Mr. Isidore Fry, the teacher of English, Mr. Capson, the man whom I'm sharing the same school over there at ISM down Jabir, and also to Miss Saho, the lady we sharing too, like the school. Yeah. This is it. So you can call in this number 774392120, or you can follow us live Generation FM page. So you can just type 93 Generation FM 93.4 English broadcasting, and you can join us. You can also leave like a comment. So through there, if you cannot call, just leave a comment, leave your questions, and we're gonna send it to Mr. Jeme. Thank you once again, Mr. Jeme. All right, so Fatmata, so we're going to talk about the analysis of the obstacles also of the introduction. So we're gonna leave the floor. So Mr. Jeme, so talking about like obstacle of the introduction of the national languages here in our educational system. So the first point is the obstacle.
But before that, please let me talk about a little bit what is KOICA.
Yes, why not? KOICA
is an international body by South Korea.
Yes.
It stands for Korea International Cooperation Agency, that is here to help developing countries to be developed. As you know that we always lagging behind. So to catch up developed countries, KOICA, it is an international body by Korea, gives some scholarship to students, and give also I'm not talking about student officials.
Okay.
If you're working like a civil servant, they can give it a scholarship. So we have many scholarships.
Okay.
You can have scholarship for education, you can have scholarship for community development, innovation, environment, and so on and so forth. This is not my first time to apply for. The first time I applied for a master's degree in response to climate change, but unfortunately when I have to do a final interview with the university, I failed because they told me that your profile does not match with what we're expecting from students who are supposed to go to our university. And that the reason of the next time they told me that as you're a teacher, then you have to apply for a master's degree on education. So that's what I did.
Okay.
And then when we've been there, we have learned a lot. The content of this master degree. First of all, they teach us what is curriculum.
Okay.
And when we want to design a curriculum from elementary school up to university, there are certain parameters that you've got to take into account. And this range from the reality of the country. Yeah, so that's the reason why before that you'll have a vision, you'll have the goals, you'll talk about teachers that you've got to train, also the facilities, and also the assessment, and so on and so forth. And every end of semester you have got to design a test. You know, before I left, we teachers had a problem with the inspector here of the school district. I think Mr. I don't know, Manga, they told me now he's no longer, he's in Kaulak.
In Kaulak, okay.
Yeah, because they asked us to do what we call standardized tests.
Okay.
Yeah, standardized tests, but teachers did not agree. It was a problem. So finally, I think that it was a problem of communication between the school district and the teachers.
Okay.
But it is normal when the government has an objective in terms of education, in terms of development. Yeah, they have to also to assess to see how far the objectives are met or not. Yeah, a teacher also has an objective. So when he teaches a lessons, he has also to assess his student to know whether what he has designed as objective are met or not. So when you, a teacher, does your test, the government also has got the priority, they have got also the duty to do a test. This is what we call standardized tests. And this standardized test, in a short or long term, will allow the government to know whether the objectives that we have designed are met or not yet. Yeah, we learn about it. We learn also what we call global citizenship education, because right now we're under the pressure of globalization on ICT. So we need also to prepare our students to meet these challenges that we're going to face in a short time. We learn also what we call educational research, because you know, when I was at the university, they asked me to write my thesis. Okay, I got a problem because I don't know how to start. But once there, before we start, they told us if actually you want to write a thesis, this is the way that you have got to do. Conduct some research, doing what we call literature review, and also talk about research design, and so on and so forth. We learn also what we call ICT in education, how to integrate ICT in education. Yeah, we learn also comparative educational policy. Imagine, for example, this is what we're going to talk. There are certain countries that are using national language in the education system. If, for example, I'm interested in that policy and I don't know where to start, I can go to the terrain, maybe in Tanzania, ask them what are the different procedures that we've used to arrive to this step. And they can teach me. I'm going to copy, but I'm not going to paste. I'll copy and I try to adjust it based on the reality of my country. So we learn about this. And then, once we're doing some presentation, and I have noticed every student, because we have 15 students, when presenting the system of education, they say that they are using their mother tongue as the language of instruction. Yeah, national languages. You see, that was how my inspiration came. That I say, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. So we have a caller. So then his hi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. This is my brother.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mr. Tamba.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
All right. Welcome to Let's Practice.
Just calling to encourage you. I know that it's been so long that I didn't call.
I'm telling you.
I was busy with things.
I can see.
My heart is always with you.
Thank you. I can see.
I want to congratulate the man that you invite. And I'm listening you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. It was Sheriff Tumani Tamba. Say
So
that
you
was
see,
where your inspiration
okay,
come.
because in our bachelor, batch, I'm sorry, we used I think 6 African people, the other one from Asia and also Latin America. But everyone, when he was introducing the education system, I have noticed that their language of instruction is their mother tongue language.
Okay.
Yeah. When we started also, we African people, we had a serious problem before we got in, because everything was difficult for us. But for them, whenever we talk about concept, they understand better than us.
Okay.
Yeah. And finally I said, okay, for me, I'll be interested in the reason why. When I asked, they told me, in our countries, we're using our system of or national languages. Yeah. And that's how my inspiration comes.
Okay.
I'll try to conduct some research about the introduction of national languages in our education system. Then I started conducting some research. So the decision, like a kind of enactment to introduce national languages in our system of education, dates back in the 1970s. So long time ago that they decided to introduce national languages in our system of education. But so far, it's not effective. Why? What are the obstacles? That was my interest. And I conduct a serious investigation, study, inquiries everywhere, documentary, and also qualitative and quantitative research, and I got some information about it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is it. So thank you so much. So things are so clear. So thank you so much. So saying hi to Asusani and Sisaho Luntan Jeju saying congratulations, guys. Thank you. And we have Mr. Sisaho Luntan Jeme saying Mr. Jeme from Tuaon. We have Isaga Boka Dazinjai say hi. Hi all day. So welcome, guys. So this is it. You're following your broadcasting program called Let's Practice on your radio wave Generation FM 93.4. So today we have Mr. Jeme from South Korea, I can say. Yeah. And we're going to learn. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot. So why have you interest in this like introduction of like the national languages?
Because when I was conducting some research, my research proposal, I wrote it and I submitted to my advisor, and he saw some flaws, some weakness in my research proposal. He told me that you've got to talk about what are the weaknesses and what are the advantages. Now I conduct my research on the advantages. I saw a lot of things. And if we accept to introduce in our system of education national languages, which is of course possible, we're going to learn a lot in terms of advantages. I'm going to take my own example. In my village, we've been more than 30 students. We've been sent to school in elementary. But among these 30 students, only 4 managed to be in secondary school. And among the 4, only 2 managed to be to high school. And among the 2, only 1 managed to be to university. And I'm the one. Yeah. And the other one, they drop out. And not because they're not intelligent, it's because there is a language barrier, which is French. Yeah, because imagine when you're born, you've been learn how to speak, you'll be educated how to do things with your mother tongue, how to count, how to talk, how to reflect. And after 7 years, they told you that you're being sent to school, but from now on, you're not going to learn your mother tongue, but you're going to use another language that you don't know. And that's how the problem comes. You're going to sacrifice yourself to all that, but you're not going to master. And teachers are supposed every often to postpone some concept that they have got to learn. Look, for example, for philosophy. We don't learn philosophy in secondary school. I mean, lower secondary school. We have to wait up to high school. Because of what? Because our level of French is very poor. We have to wait up to the final year in high school. But imagine, for example, we learn with our mother tongue. I'm sure that we can learn philosophy very early. There are certain concepts that we're supposed to learn very early. But because of this language barrier, we're supposed to wait. Yeah, this is a problem. There is also another problem in terms of democracy. Today, if there is a topic to debate, to change, to exchange, only a few take part. Because of what? Because people don't understand French. There is also the kind of policy. You take, for example, the case of Senegalese Modern Plan. So many people don't know what it is about, because it's written into French. But imagine, for example, our fathers have been sent to school and learn with their mother tongue, even though they drop at elementary school, as they know how to read, how to calculate, how to write in their mother tongue. The government can gain a lot if they design a policy, if they translate it into our local languages, they will understand, they will take part in terms of development. If, for example, they need to consult the population, they can do it. But today, so many people don't understand what is Senegalese Emerging Plan. They don't understand. The code of election, they don't know. The code of family, they don't know. But if we have trained, we have to learn. We have taught our students. Yeah, if we,
it's like someone is calling. I'm very sorry. Put your finger there. Yeah, hi, how are you?
Hello. I'm good, I'm alright.
Alright, so who is calling? What is your name and where are you calling from? Soul.
DJ Soul, yeah.
DJ Soul, you're welcome, right?
Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. What about you?
Okay. Okay, I'm good, I'm alright.
Alright, nice to hear you.
Just only thank for the Almighty.
Okay, thank you so much, bro.
And to say hi to your guests and Fatmata.
Hi.
Hi,
You're doing a nice program.
Alright, thank you so much, DJ Soul.
Okay, now I'm listening and waiting for the topic. I don't know if they have a topic today.
Yes, we have, of course,
I'm just start to listen to the program, okay?
Alright. Alright.
We keep in touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So
Yeah.
sorry for this.
Yeah,
Is
no
this
problem.
is this is let's practice. People are calling to practice. All right. Thank you so much.
So today, when you see Senegal itself, it is monopolized by the elite, a few people. I don't know if you get what I mean. It's a few people. All the people have been to school, but the majority of people have not been to school. They don't understand all this kind of policy designed by the government.
Of course.
But as I told you a while ago, if you had started learning with our national languages, so every kind of policy that any government on place want to share with the population, it's going to be very possible. They will share it into our national languages. It's going to be Jola, Mandinka, Wolof, the language that are considered as national language, because our constitution has recognized 6 languages, like the national languages. So the government has got to translate all the kind of policy into them. And another thing, for when we talk about inclusive education, it is education that consists for everybody, that is here for everybody.
Yes.
But today,
How are you?
Sorry, we have a call
come
again.
on.
Yeah. Hi. How are you?
I'm good, yeah.
Very good. Who is calling? What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Mr. Sambu from Baranga Junior School.
Yes, Mr. Sambu from Banganga Junior School. You welcome, Mr. Sambu.
I'm just listening to your new magazines.
Thank you.
It's my first time to call. Just Mr. James know me.
All right, you're
He was
welcome.
my colleague. We were together in Baranga.
yeah,
Who, Mr.
yeah,
Gijeme? Okay, that's great.
How are you? So good. So, how are you?
All right.
Nice to hear from
I'm
you.
good. I'm good.
Great.
Okay.
Very interesting as a program. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
I agree totally. I totally agree with him talking about local linguists.
Okay.
Master's.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
He was supporting the idea of the
He's a
interaction.
colleague of mine.
Okay.
When I left Jinjago, I've been sent there as a teacher of English for just 1 year
Mhm.
before I joined again. So thank you, Mr. Sambu, for calling.
Yes.
Yeah, I said also that we talk about inclusive education,
Yes.
an education that take into account everyone. But today, so many kids, when they go back home, their fathers and mothers they have never been to school. They can't supervise them. They cannot control whether what students have learned at school are true or not. But if, for example, they have been learning with their local languages, as I told you, even if they stopped at elementary school, your kids, when he goes to school and he come back, you can supervise and know what he's learning is correct or not. You can help him how to do calculation and so on and so forth. That's the reason I think the time has come for us to use our national languages in our system of education. Yeah, there are so many things. But some people are thinking that when we introduce this national languages in our system of education, that we're going to let it down, French or English. No, not that. Some countries have succeeded in doing so. We have Tanzania. We have also Uzbekistan, because there are some countries that have been colonized. But when they got independence, they want a real independence. So they start using their national languages. First form, second form, and the third form, they use English as a medium of instruction. And they continue with bilingual system, national languages and English. So when they finish with elementary school, they continue with English, because they have got to prepare also their kids for the future to have just a kind of open mind. Yeah. And in Senegal also it's possible. And when I conduct the research and I submit my questionnaire to people, especially students in elementary school, everyone accept that the time has come for us to use national languages.
It's
Yeah.
time to introduce the national language. We have a
Yeah.
caller and after there. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam. Hey, this is my brother, Mr.
know you.
Mr. Baji.
Yeah, how
Nice
are
to
you?
hear you.
Same, brother. It's really nice to hear from you.
Thank you so much. All the pleasure.
Say hi to your guest, Mr.
Kim,
Jeme.
Yeah, hello.
How are you, brother?
I'm okay. About you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Good. Yep.
Fatumata, my sister.
Yeah, how are you,
How
bro?
are you?
I'm okay, and you?
Great. I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, that's
Alright.
good.
Yeah. So, guys,
Yes.
I'm not really going to be long.
Okay.
As I'm a bit late, I don't know whether it's the time to give contributions or not.
Yes, why not? It's time. People are calling.
Okay. So, as I have, I have taken the bus on the way. I'm not going to be long, just to give a short contribution.
Okay.
related to the topic. I mean, the issue. I mean, dealing with the introduction of our local languages in our educational system here in Senegal.
Senegal.
You know, for ages, our main problem here in Senegal.
Yeah, we get it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we get in. Yes.
Okay. I was saying that for ages, our main problem here in Senegal is the comprehension of, I mean, the foreign languages. And the first one is French.
French.
It's not that our students or us, let me say us, okay? Because we are part of the students, even if we are teachers. It's not that we are not good at mathematics, or we are not good at history and geography, or we are not good at English. You know, the main problem is the use of the languages. What language are we using to teach our students English or mathematics?
Okay.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
You know, they kind of impose us the use of French at school. When we teach in French, or either you teach in English. Now imagine you are here in Senegal, in Casamance particularly. You are teaching some Jola students. What is sure is, from the beginning, make sure that those students, they think in Jola. They are not thinking in English.
Yes.
And it's a barrier.
Okay.
What I mean is that you are trying to instill a language in someone who is thinking in a different language. You are waiting from your students to talk a good English, while those same students are thinking in Wolof, or they are thinking in Jola. That's why most of the time what they do is they just talk literal English or literal French. You know, it's not rare. For example, in Senegal here, you see some people saying that when they are off from school, they just say "Wachina."
Yes.
You ask a student or even a teacher, Mr. Jeme, you ask Mr. Jeme one day on his way from school, Mr. Jeme, are you off? But in Wolof, he will say, yes, Wachina. Or in Jola, yes, Niwala Walo.
Of course.
But you know, Mr. Jeme is sure that he wasn't, I mean, upstairs. But he would say, yes, Wachina, I'm down now. This is literal French. You cannot say, for example, je suis descendu à 13h. Mais vous n'étiez pas monté quelque part.
Effectivement.
Vous êtes parti à l'école et vous êtes rentré tranquillement dans la salle. Mais maintenant, pourquoi une fois à la maison ou sur ton chemin là, de retour là, tu dis que yes, je suis descendu à 10h.
Yes.
This is literal French. And it is a problem of comprehension, because our students, they think in Wolof. In Wolof, they say, Wachina, 10h la watch. So literally in French, they will say, je suis descendu. But you say that, for example, in French, you talk to a person from Marseille or from Nantes, you tell him that, yes, je suis descendu à 10h. But he's going to look at you, man. What do you mean by je suis descendu à 10h? But I'm off.
Yes.
I have finished my work, I have finished my day, or I have called it a day.
Yeah.
Here is a problem of language we are really confronted. So whenever we use our local languages at school, I think that we can have better results.
That's it. Okay.
For example, you teach in Jola or you teach in Wolof. You can do it. We can teach mathematics in Jola. It's possible.
It's possible.
We can do it.
Okay.
And thank you once again.
All right. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah.
We appreciate Mr. Baji from Tanaf.
Yeah,
teacher of English.
I think that is right, because you know, mathematics is a universal language. When you write one, it's going to be the same one for French, for Jola, and so on and so forth. Plus, also, it's going to be the same. So there is no way out if we want to improve our, you know. We just want to have great scientists in our country. We also can do it by using our local languages. So to come back to your question, I think for the advantages,
Yes.
when we use national language in our system of education, I think the dropping out going to be reduced so much. Instead of having so many people who abandon school, I think we can avoid all of this. We can also have a high performance in terms of academic, right? But in terms of inclusive development, we can get it, because when we see that everybody now can read, can write in his local languages, any kind of policy that is designed by the government, the government can share with the population. They can take part. They can understand. They will know what are their right and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, there are some obstacles, and I want to come back on the obstacles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay.
All right.
This is me, Elias Ajiva.
Yeah.
Okay,
Welcome,
Mr.
students.
Jiva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I miss you.
How are you doing?
Great.
It's been a long time.
Yes, been a donkey years, I can say.
Okay, so I want to say hi to Mr. Yemen. He's like, let's say, my father, because he used to buy candle for me to learn, you know. And
Yes,
I want to say congratulations, okay. So coming to the topic you raised today, it's really so interesting, okay.
Thank you.
And it's about what we teachers of primary school are facing right now, okay?
Okay.
You know, I've been teaching for 3.5 months, okay?
Okay.
And the school where I am, okay, students do not understand French.
Okay.
I told and they are not interested on what I'm saying, okay? It's like blah, 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 and they keep on doing something different from what I want.
Wow, sorry.
And that's something so boring, okay? And if I work also in a village where students are Chola, of course I'm going to teach them Chola and just left French away, okay? That's something that we need to do in our education system so that students understand what we want to teach them.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Yes, we get it. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. So everywhere we go, we like, let's say, Wolof is spoken in Senegal, okay? So what about using that language in our, let's say, education system? Wolof, Jola, or Sere, something like this. That's something that people do not accept, because yes, there are others, people who want to say this language is not more spoken in our society, okay?
Okay.
But we can use Wolof, Jola, something like Sere. And that's okay. We can teach it at primary school, and students are going to understand us correctly, and then everything we need is going to be gotten by them.
All right.
Are you getting me?
Yes, we get it very clear. And interesting what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, okay? We need really to introduce our local language in our education system. That's so important for our children and for teachers themselves.
Okay.
Because if you teach, you want to be sure that students whom you're teaching understand you. But you speak and then they say, what you're saying is nothing for us. We're going to do something different from what you want. You see, and you get bored. Okay, you're going to be complaining. Oh my God, that's so difficult, you know.
All right, I can see.
Okay, so,
all right, thank you so much, Mr. Jiva. And thank you for calling. All right. Yes, you see.
Also, he's right. We are teachers.
Yes.
But take, for example, the case we give a kind of assignment in the classroom, making teamwork or group work or pair work, right? And then you ask students to work, you go through the role to monitor, you will listen that the students, instead of using French or using English to discuss, to communicate, but they will use their local language. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, we have a caller. Hi, how are you? Sorry, Mr. Jai.
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, enjoy.
Mr. Jai.
Enjoy.
Yes, Mr. Jai, welcome.
I'm fine.
All right.
What about you?
All right, thank you so much. Yes, we are fine.
I'm going to say hi to Fatma and our guest.
Hi to you.
Just to Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, nice to hear from you.
All right. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello.
So you're talking about national language today.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very important.
Okay.
National. If I want to, I compare the use. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we get it. Come on.
You're listening. So I have to compare using such at primary school or using Spanish. It's even to go and you go till Tambakunda and you to Dakar.
Yeah.
Instead of it's going straight away.
Okay.
That's what I mean here is that the residents have to learn French, and some years after they have to use English. But why want to they go to English directly or to Spanish directly? Why use as an intermediate? So what is very that constitutes an obstacle.
Okay.
The line is very
Yes,
bad.
yes. We are not getting.
Yeah, the line is very
the
bad.
line is,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That's it. I say the country itself. It seems to me that it's ready to use our national languages. I said in classroom when you give activities to students, they don't use French, they don't use English, they don't use Portuguese, they don't use any kind of language that we're learning at school, but they use their own language to discuss between them.
Yes.
You go also to official buildings like the bank, the hospital, you go to university, people speak our local languages. Only when it's come to write document that they use French. That means that people are ready to use. Even if the radio, you go to radio station also, televisions, they use also our local language to look at the debate broadcast that we having through the television, the programs. They use our local languages. When it's come maybe to talk about news, they will do it in French, but they will translate into English, into I'm sorry, all of national languages, which means that people are ready. So like people are calling also. The day when I was defending my thesis, it was like this. So many people were asking questions, talking about the feasibility of that. Is it going to be feasible or not? Yeah, for me, it's going to be feasible. Yeah, it's possible. The first thing about the obstacle that we have got to set aside, we consider French as the administrative language, official language. But we can also do the same for the 6 national languages that are recognized by our constitution. That's the first thing. And the second thing that I can consider as a barrier is a kind of irredentism. So many people, I mean, ethnic groups are, stick to their languages. But they have got to understand the government because we have more than 22 local languages. Yeah, but we cannot use all of them in our education system. So the government need to design a kind of plan of communication to convince the population that if we've decided to work with the 6 national languages because we want to reach maximum persons about our education system when it's come to using national language school.
Okay. Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Saying is that
hello. Yeah, the line, the network,
not good.
Yes, unfortunately,
good.
we are very sorry, Mr. Njai, but the line
It's
is not good.
still,
Yes, yeah. Hello, Mr. Njai.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
hi.
I'm Mr. Samba.
Okay, come on.
Miss Tamba, yeah, welcome.
Mr. Sambu.
Mrs. Sambu. Okay.
Mr. Sambu, yeah, for my contribution.
Okay, welcome.
I said that it's feasible, but it won't be easy.
Yeah, it won't be easy.
As you know today, the government here to invest, you have to invest a lot of money for that. Because if you observe that for the American people, they have for the education they invest billion and billion to develop their school systems. But here, the mother tongue or local tongue is very important. But to do it, you have to invest a lot of money. First, to train teachers themselves.
Yeah.
And then come for the students, and there is another problem.
The tools, yeah, materials.
What you observe today is even in the Jola ethnic groups, our kids they have problem to master their local mother tongues, like the Jolas. They speak sometimes Wolof, they speak sometimes French. We don't know. We don't have a background in their local Jola or Wolof, something like that. They speak sometimes words, and they have to cuts up the what they say broken Jola or broken Wolof, something like that. It's very difficult.
Yeah. We get it. Okay, thank you. It was Mr. Sambu saying that.
Mr. Sambu.
Yes, it is going to be like
it is possible. These are the obstacles. You know, we also part of the Francophonie. The Francophonie, it is an international body that is here to promote the French language and the French culture, but not ours. When I was defending my thesis, as I told you, so many people were asking questions about the feasibility of that. Because they say, well, you have got many languages, you African people. But that is a product in our system of education. Even they say that we have many languages, because we have a multilingual setting in our country, but the system itself is a multilingual one, because first of all we start learning with French as a medium of instruction, but when we go to lower secondary school we start using French, and after French we have got Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, and so I think that we have up to 9 languages, but not a single local language. That is a problem, because we are promoting the culture of the others. But at least we have to recognize that we should have to learn our national language, and it is possible based on what is written in our constitution, because I think six national languages can be used. Now the freedom who comes to the father. For example, here in Ziguinchor, we're going to say, okay, 6 languages are going to be taught here in pre-primary school up to primary school. After 2 years, we start using French. Now the father is free to send his kids to any kind of school that he wants. If he wants his kid to learn with French, with Jola is good, with Mandinko is good, with Wolof or Serer, it depends on him. After 3 years, then he can introduce to French, and so on and so forth. Continue.
Okay. Yes, we have another call. Hello. Hello. Oh, sorry.
Now I think the time is running. I want to come back the feasibility of that. It is very possible. But as Mr. Someone said a while ago, there is a will by the government. We should have a language policy. And this language policy, when I was conducting some research, I saw that Tanzania and Uzbekistan, they had a strong language policy. It started first of all with the president. When he was addressing his speech to his population, he will use his mother tongue language. That's what he did. For the president of Uzbekistan, the same or for Jomo Kenyatta. Yes, can we go?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Mr. Ngom.
Yes, how are you, Mr.?
I'm back again, Mr.
Okay, Mr. Yeah, we are very sorry.
I was saying that even the content of our program, we should have to change them.
Yes. Okay.
The content.
Okay.
For example, if we take the example of Spanish program, you have civil war in Spain, the discovering of America, etc. Why not changing them to national program?
Yes.
Studying national figures like Anta Job, like historic events. Recently, we have just seen. Well, I don't want to keep, but it's just an example. It is political example, but it is a political. It is just for an example, simply. Usman Sonko has changed the streets of the names of the streets in Ziguinchor. Why not? So this perhaps will make people to go to search for who is this kind of person. So we have to focus our programs on national and African events or African matters. So that's not only the language you have to change, but also even the program.
That's it.
But this advantage I have, because I have just seen in about the language is that if we use to teach national languages, so there will be I don't know how to call it.
Yes.
Regional or local problem. Because me, I am a Serer here. And I am teaching Spanish here in Ziguinchor, but I'm a Serer. So if we are teaching in Serer, I found that I will not be here today. And Senegal need also this kind of integration. Everybody have to all the parts of Senegal have to be serviced.
I see.
By people of from anywhere. But if the Jola remain on their local Casamance, Serer, on Fatick, Diourbel, etc., that's all very interesting thing, I think.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Njai. Okay, well said.
This is what I was talking about.
Yes.
The kind of irredentism on his culture, his own, language. Yeah, but you today, if you go to Dakar, no one is going to force you to speak it Wolof. You're going to speak it by force.
Yes.
Naturally, even though no one asks you to speak it, you're going to do so.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You cannot speak Jola in Dakar.
This is what I want to say about the feasibility of that. Yeah. First of all, I said that the government should have what we call a language policy. You have audacity to say that, okay, we're going to start introducing national language in our system of education. So they will have a policy. It's maybe for 30 years or 35 years, because it should be a long-term program. Yeah. And then if they got so, I think they should also have a plan of communication to go down the regions, try to convince the population that if we've decided to work to learn with 6 national languages, it's because we know these 6 national languages, the majority of people speak it. Yeah, it's not a kind of stigmatization for the minority of people, no, because we want to reach maximum persons in terms of education by using our national languages. So if they do so, Mr. Sambu has raised a very important question, issue. This is what we call human capital, teachers. We need to train the teachers.
Yes.
Yeah, because if we have no human capital, how are we going to teach this national language? When I was conducting my research concerning about this human capital, so many respondents said that they have never been trained how to teach national languages. Just a few of them said, of course, they have been trained. But when they come for the internship, it's just for, I think, 4 weeks. 4 weeks is not enough.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
And then you're talking about reading materials. If we don't have materials, so we cannot equip them. Yeah. And then we talk about assessment. And this is feasible. Now, Mr. Njai has said the point he's maybe teaching here in Zingen, so how can it be possible? As we have got 6 national languages that are recognized by the government, it is possible. We say these 3 languages are going to be taught here. The 6 languages are going to be taught here. Now, the parents is free to send his kids to a school where the language of instruction is Jola, is Wolof, is Serer, or is Mandinko, or so on and so forth. This is what we're going to do. And after 3 years, then he can start learning French. And he will continue with his French up to the end of his program in high school. This is, I said a while ago, for 30 or 35 years. If we assess after 35 years that they are giving good, products, the high performance for students, then we can start also thinking about continuing with national language in secondary school and so on and so forth. There's so many people to the kind of educational policy. Tanzania has done it since independence up to right now. This year they're going to transform, to reform their curriculum, and they will start using the Swahili, which is the national language for all this country, for secondary school.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how they do. And also Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is doing it from elementary school up to university. Yeah, and this is possible also for our country. But we have also to have a language policy and a will by the government. Even though we recognize that France is here fighting also for the promotion of its culture and its also language via the Francophonie, via also what we call the alliances, Alliance Française.
Alliance,
yeah, it's part of it.
Yes. All right. So continue. That's it. So this is it. You following your broadcasting program called Let's Practice on your radio wave Generation FM 93.4. So as you have seen, my question will be like the language policies. So as you have mentioned it a while ago, so don't you think, as I was thinking in my mind, because you said it already. So for example, I'm a Serer, Fatmata is a Fuller. So which kind of language are we going to take to teach, and how the government is going to convince people to not take their language but take in few of them among 22 languages. This should be like a very good, people should have a large, I can say, good understanding on that.
Changing
but
paradigm.
if you change it,
you should have changed our paradigm. Mr. Njai said a while ago that we have to change the program itself. He's right. Because the point is that the government stay at the higher level. They use what we call a top-down approach. And they design everything, they come and impose us. And then we have to follow. They should change the program. Now they have to consult everybody. Okay, I'm Osira, you Ojola, you Mandinko. Now the government, because every society works with some rules, right? We have to respect the rules, and the Constitution is here to regulate everything. The Constitution has recognized since 1970 up to right now that 6 languages for the time being are considered as the national languages.
Okay.
Even the latest constitution that was voted in 2001, 2001, has enacted 6 languages.
Okay.
And these 6 languages are the one that we should normally
Okay.
teach in elementary school.
Okay.
Now, freedom will come to the father. For example, I'm a Jola, and I would like my kids to learn Jola. Okay, I will send them to a primary school where Jola is taught there.
Okay.
If I don't want also, because I live in Zigan, so my daughter knows how to speak Wolof, I can also ask her to go and learn Wolof. But in Dakar, everybody speaks Wolof. Dakar, there is no way out for people to say, no, I'm not going to learn Wolof. My kid is a Jola, she's going to learn Jola here in Zigan, in Dakar. No. Who will learn Wolof? And the government is going to impose it.
Okay.
Yeah, because in Dakar, no one will impose you to speak Wolof, but you're going to speak it naturally.
Okay. So here, what I understand is what he's going to also like set a kind of plan.
Yeah. A plan.
Situation thing. To situate things. So checking in Dakar.
Yeah.
So as like Wolof language is dominated. So yes, it is the most spoken. So the national language will be Wolof.
Yeah.
And here in Zigan Shore, as we have like many languages, so we're going to set it in different schools.
Yeah, different schools.
So for example, if you take like San Sobogad, so the primary school maybe Mandinka is going to be taught there.
Yeah.
So and you check maybe somewhere else, so Serer is going to be taught there. Things like
and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And it is feasible. Some people are doing it. You go to Singapore, they are doing it. You go to Canada, they are doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. They have what we call the multilingual setting.
All right.
They're doing it.
Okay.
A bilingual system, they are doing it also. You go to Uzbekistan also, I said, of course, the most spoken language it is the mother tongue, but they have also Russia. They have also other languages that I don't know how to pronounce it because it's a little bit complicated. But they are using also.
Okay, so before giving the floor to Fatmata, so someone is saying, Musa Sani is saying, our educational system is very extroverted. So the benefit lies on on teaching in our local languages and put the stress on our own realities.
Yeah.
So Fatmata, the question, and after maybe Mr. Kemo will we're going to finish with it. All right. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
For what I want to say is, I mean, I'm so inspired because I get many things today, and what you were saying is the reality. Even in my classroom, I mean, the class where if they give us work, you notice that a student speaks Wolof. Yeah. So Wolof, yeah, exactly. They don't speak French. I mean, every time very well, but they prefer speaking Wolof. So I think that maybe. How can I say it?
So sometimes, like for example, you and your friend, you must explain in Wolof, so then he will get like some understanding about the topic, things like.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Yes, Fatmata.
Yeah, it will be so interesting if we have our nation, I mean, language taught here. Yeah, I mean.
In our country,
in our country, yeah.
Why not? Okay,
yeah.
So Mr. Kemo, it's almost time, and as you have seen it, as you see it, so we have only 1 hour, and it is not enough.
Yeah,
so we have many things to say. People are still following. So maybe the last word and
my last word.
Yeah. All right.
Is to congratulate you because you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, to promote English
language.
People would say it's a kind of paradox. Kemo is talking about the introduction of national language is congratulating also someone is promoting English.
Yeah.
But anyway, English is very important because if you don't know it, once we go out, you will be facing a lot of problems.
Yes.
Yeah, because most of our courses were done in English.
Yeah.
I would also to avail this opportunity to say to people, especially my colleagues, that they can apply for this class because they will learn a lot. Yeah, apart from the content of that master that you're going to learn, but you have just a kind of culture sharing. You will have an open mind. Yeah, and also when they go there, they will benefit from the Korean system of education because we have what we call the unit tuning. Today, we in the era of ICT, they have got this kind of things that will allow university from every province to communicate by using digital devices. Yeah, they can apply for it. Will start, I think, at the end of this month.
Okay.
What an applicant has got to do just to have your master, not master, bachelor.
Bachelor.
And it's any kind of bachelor that you have, but at least you have to be a little bit good at English, because if you're not good at English, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to make it.
Okay.
So you need to translate what we call transcript, relevant or not, for the first year, the second year, and the third year.
Génération FM
93.4. And after you go to Google, you type Koika Senegal, Koica, Koika Senegal, and then they will give you address. You will contact them, and they will give you all the different kind of master degree that you can apply for. You look at it, you match it with your profile, and you do it. I think that you're gonna make it, because I can see some students when we've been there, they're not even better than us. But yeah, they make it.
Yeah, they make it. Yeah, maybe so it is due to lack of sharing information.
Yeah, sharing information. And then also the last thing that I want to say, it is also the government would have to do their best to introduce the national languages in our system of education. Yeah, I think if they do it, we learn a lot. First of all, in terms of dropping out, in terms of high performance, in terms of inclusive development, and also, conducting some research, some questions, because the population can be consulted in a
All right.
This is what I have to say. Thank you once more for inviting here.
Thank you.
I think that we're going to come back.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jammeh, and giving you rendezvous Sunday coming next. As you have seen it, time is over. Goodbye.
Bye.
Génération FM.
Hello, Fatmata.
Hello, Mr. Ngom.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great.
What is up?
Oh, I realize it's time for Let's Practice.
Let's go.
Tune up.
93.4 Generation FM here in Ziguinchor on your broadcasting call. Let's Practice. Call in this number 774392120.